Hi, everyone. Welcome to English with Caitlin, an English listening podcast. Today's episode's title, My Accidents. This week, what do you do when you are hurt? What do you do when you are in an accident? Have you been in a bad accident? What is an accident? An accident is when something happens by mistake or when something goes wrong. There was no plan for it, but it happened. If you drop your morning coffee and it spills all over, it was an accident. You didn't want it to happen. Today, I'll talk about accidents I have been in, my own stories. Thankfully, I have never been in a really bad accident. I have never broken a bone. I have never had a major surgery. But I have had many small accidents in my life. Everyone has. The very first accident I can remember was from my childhood. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. I was playing outside with my sisters. It was fall time and we were making piles of leaves. We would make a really big pile of leaves and jump in it. After jumping, we would make the pile again. Jump and make the pile and jump and make the pile. It was really fun to play with my sisters. I was a child who hated wearing shoes. I always played outside without shoes. So I was barefoot, no shoes, and jumping in the leaves. Maybe you can guess what happened. I jumped into a pile of leaves and I cut my foot on a sharp rock. It made a really deep cut on my foot. I'm not sure what happened right after that. I do remember my mom taking me inside the house and fixing up my cut. She cleaned it and wrapped it. We almost went to the hospital, but thankfully the cut wasn't too deep. But I do have a scar now from the cut. I will never forget about the accident because I will always have this scar to remind me. I remember my dad was really angry because I didn't wear shoes outside. And after the accident, I never played in leaves again. And after the accident, I always made sure to have shoes on when I played outside. Another childhood accident I can remember is from around the same age, 7 or 8 years old. I really don't remember this accident, but the feeling, the fear, it stuck with me. The fear stayed with me. What happened? I fell down the stairs at my grandma's house. My grandma's house had a basement. I would always go to the basement and play with my sisters. I fell down from the very top of the stairs. Thankfully, I was okay. I didn't get hurt too badly, but it was so scary. These days, I am still a little bit scared when I take the stairs. If I take the stairs, I need a handrail to hold on to. If I don't have something to hold on to, I feel like I'm going to fall. I know some people can run up and down stairs for exercise or if they are in a hurry. That is amazing. I really can't do that. I think I would cry if I had to run up and down stairs. What's the next accident? Okay, this one is kind of funny, but when it happened, it was not funny. It was really scary. I was 18 years old. This was the summer before university. I was getting ready for work that day, but I was running late. I should have eaten, but I had no time. I was in a hurry. I didn't want to be late for work. I didn't have time to eat, but I did grab a snack on my way out. I grabbed a small snack cake to eat while I drove to work. This was a bad idea. You shouldn't eat and drive at the same time. Anyways, I was driving and it had only been 4 or 5 minutes, but I dropped the snack cake I was eating. The snack cake fell down near my feet. I bent down to pick it up. However, I took my eyes off of the road for a few seconds. I wasn't looking at the road. I was looking at the snack cake I had dropped. In those few seconds of not looking, the accident happened. When I picked up the snack cake, my car hit the side of a rail. I lost control of the car. I crashed into a ditch. A ditch is on the side of roads. It helps prevent flooding. If it rains a lot, the rain will go into the ditch. It was so scary. Thankfully, I wasn't driving too fast, but the front of my car was smashed. My car was really old and there was no saving it. I had to get a new car after the accident. Right after the accident, I called my parents and they came and helped me. I even called my work. I told them I had a car accident and I still went to work that night. I wasn't hurt. I should have gone to a hospital, but I was obsessed with working back then. So I went to work right after the accident, yes. But thinking of it now, I should have gone to the doctor. I could have hurt my head or something I couldn't see. The last story I will talk about, it happened when I was in high school. In high school, I really loved running. I would run on the roads around my house. Back then, I lived in the countryside. There were no sidewalks. I ran on the actual road. I had to be careful of cars, but the roads were not busy. Mm-mm. One day, I was running just a short 3K, 3 kilometers. It was a normal route for me, but this time, it was different. As I was running, a dog came chasing after me. The dog was really angry and barking at me. It chased me down the road. I was so scared, so I ran down the road away from the dog. After some time, the dog stopped chasing me and went back to his home. But I couldn't finish my run. I didn't want to run anymore. I was scared. I just wanted to go back home. But there was only one way to get back home. I lived in the countryside. There was only one road home. I couldn't take a different road. I didn't have a phone to call my parents, so I quickly came up with a plan. A very stupid plan. I decided I would run past the dog as fast as I could. If I could run past the dog, I could get home. So, yes, I tried to run past the dog. However, this time the dog was really angry. The dog chased me again, but this time the dog bit my leg as I ran away. It was a small bite, but it was so scary. I started to cry. Thankfully, a neighbor heard me crying, a nice old lady. She came out of her house to see what was happening. When she came out of her house, she could see the angry dog and me crying. She quickly helped me. She got in her car and gave me a ride to my house. I am so thankful for her. After the accident, my dad was so angry and he went to talk to the neighbor with the dog. After everything though, it was all okay. The bite from the dog was small. This time I did go to the hospital for a shot. We didn't know if the dog was healthy or sick, So I got a shot from the hospital just to be safe. Those were just a few of my accidents. I have had many accidents in my life. I hope you enjoyed my stories. Now let's learn a new phrase. Okay. Have you heard of freak accident? What does it mean? A freak accident is an accident that is unexpected and rare. Let's listen.
It was a freak accident.
It was a freak accident. It happens in a surprising or unusual way. It's an accident that is so strange or uncommon that it feels almost unbelievable. You can't believe it. Let's listen.
It was a freak accident.
It was a freak accident. A freak accident does not happen often. For example, if a tree suddenly falls on a car, that would be a freak accident because that kind of thing almost never happens.
Freak accident.
Freak accident. That is all for today's episode. Thank you for listening. I hope you don't have any freak accidents. Be safe. I'll see you for the next episode. Bye bye.